Sweet. Yeah, I can't remember who you were standing next to in that post, but yeah, your height
it's
really
probably
stood out.
It might have been like Brent B Mill. Was it the one that Ange posted?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, when they came to North Carolina, bro. Dude, that's huge. That was huge for me. They flew across country to come see me perform,
really?
man. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Turn this down in the background so I don't get. Here we go. All right. It's the they're doing the top Greek hits of the week.
Nice.
Yeah, they're still playing it. So
the Greek freaks.
Yeah, the Greek freaks.
Yeah.
So who you follow basketball wise? What team?
I'm a fan of basketball, bro. So I like a lot, but I'm probably a Lakers fan now.
Okay. All right.
I like LeBron. I like what he's bringing there this year. It's gonna be fun to watch. Yeah. But I like a little bit of everybody, man.
Okay.
I like really good basketball. So I have my favorites, but I really don't. The Hornets, I guess. My home team. I could.
Right.
I guess I could rock with the Hornets. But,
yeah, who you're supposed to follow.
Yeah, Mr. Yeah, I got the better of the Ball brothers on my team.
Yeah. All right, this is going to end pretty soon. All right, so after it ends, I'll play that jingle.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, during songs, I might charge up my phone, so I might drop my headphone cord and plug my phone in. Just I'm not gonna I won't I'll try to catch it to where we're not waiting on me to come back. But
okay, cool. All right, here we go. I'll talk to you in a minute.
All right, cool, bud.
Every Tuesday and Wednesday from noon to 2. It's Mike Kennedy's Disco Dance Party, playing your favorite dance music from the 70s and early 80s.
WNTN, Cambridge, Needham, Boston.
Music from France. Music from France. Music to rock on. With Brian Thomas. Music from France. Music from France. WNTN.
Hey, and welcome back to Music from Friends on WNTN 1550 AM. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening wherever you are. I know a lot of you have tuned in every week, and I really appreciate your support, and I know the artists do as well. Hopefully, you're following the show on Instagram. That's at Music from Friends. Lots of info about the guests each week and past guests, and you can also find out information about the playlist as well. Also in that account, you can find a link to my YouTube page where you can not only listen to the show tonight, but you can watch it and engage with the guest and I in the comment section. You can ask them questions, tell them how much you love their music. All of that stuff is in the link in the bio to that Instagram account. So make sure you're following, and there is still time tonight to log on to YouTube so that you can join us there. This is the first song from tonight's guest, and it's called Facade.
Yeah. Give me that hope, give me that light, give me that truth, don't want them lies. Hard to go dumb if you walk at the white. Shouts to the one never left my side. Yeah. Shouts to the one never left my side. The mans can't see with that plank in his eye. Remove that first if your brother arise. Yeah. Now you're the ride, the process applied. Let the pressure subside. Are you catching the vibe? I ain't hopping on waves, I'm chasing the king. Are you feeling the tide? Hop on the speed and the slide. Spend some time in them trenches. I sweet your so fine nutrition. It's Billy James in the mentions. Work. That's a product of my faith. I pray it never take the bait. and become a product of the 8. All the glory go to God. This ain't no facade. Yeah, I feel like I made it. We connected to the greatest. All the glory go to God. This ain't no facade. Yeah, I feel like I made it. Yeah, we connected to the greatest. What you mean? I thought you heard. The world can't hold what got secured. Where did the time go? Said it felt like a blur, but the struggle's not in vain. You can still smile through the rain. Just know every time you feel the pain, just know it's breaking every chain. In his blood, that's what death is slain. Mask on, keep the public safe. Social distance before the virus came. I was in the world, but not of the same. Social distance before the virus came. I was in the world, but not of the same. I was in the world, but not of the same. All the glory go to God. This ain't no facade. Yeah, I feel like I made it. We connected to the greatest. All the glory go to God. This ain't no facade. Yeah, I feel like I made it. Yeah, we connected to the greatest.
Tonight's guest is a hip-hop artist out in North Carolina that is bringing some positivity to that genre. Though he has been making rhymes since his youth, he has only relatively recently started using his verses for the good of sharing his hope in God. He got it all started with a fantastic 5-song EP in 2017 called Captive, and that's really just the beginning of his message. After a few more singles and EPs over the years, he eventually released his first full-length album titled Stained Glass Thoughts in 2020. This year, he has released a couple of singles, including the one you just heard, that reflect on the difference between really living for the faith that he proclaims and not just acting the part. It's a pleasure to welcome to the show, Billy James. Hey, how you doing? You there, Billy? There you go. I think I muted your mic. There you go. Hey.
What's up, my man?
Hey,
what's up? How are you, man?
Oh, I'm good. The weather's great here. It was a
Bro.
really great day. Got out to coach some soccer and stuff, so it was fun.
Oh, you was coaching today too?
Yeah,
I was on the football field, my guy.
Oh no.
we was playing early this morning too, man. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Nice. How early? Because my game was 9:00 here.
We're at 10:30.
Oh,
so
okay.
not very early, but it was starting to warm up a little bit, but it's still a little chilly down here in the south.
Oh yeah. I had the girls coming on the field. They're going, "I'm cold." I'm like, "God, just get the ball and run around. You'll warm up.
Come on, man.
You'll warm up quick."
Yeah, exactly.
All right, man. Thanks so much for coming on the show. It's really great to have you. I've been following you on Instagram and heard about you first on Clubhouse, which we're all going to get into. But that's really kind of just all I know about you. There's a lot that I can't wait to find out. So.
Right.
I guess tell us where it all got started. Like, how long have you been writing songs for? How'd you first get into all this?
Yeah, man, I had a group of guys that I hung out with. Probably like 17, 18 years old that I was heavily involved with, and these dudes are still like staples in the community of, in music around here. And so I started with those guys, and dudes named Chris John and Jeff on me and these dudes we worked on our craft together for a long time, and we were in a group called Stunt City for a while. And so really it was content that I mean, we were just getting started. We were like literally just getting our feet wet. So it was content that we were used to hearing on the radio. It was stuff that was easy to dance to. It was stuff that we could go to clubs and perform. And this is in the mixtape era. So like, we were printing up our own stuff. We were, we were kind of hustling out the trunk, if you know what I mean. And so some time went on, with those guys, and no, I still don't have a negative thing to say about them. We love each other to this day. We speak on the regular. But God kind of was tugging at my heart to do something else. And so For a while, I kind of misinterpreted that to just kind of lay things down and not do it for a while, to just kind of wrap my head around like what's going on, and with what I feel like is a changed heart, and how what that looks like in hip hop, and how to navigate that stuff. So yeah, man, we've been doing it for a while, bro.
Right. Okay. So was 17 really when you first started writing, or were you really writing even before that? Just took you a while to get caught up
Bro,
with a group?
bro. Yeah. So like, writing for myself, it never really stuck until I was there to do it for music. So but I remember being real young. I'm talking like 9, 10, maybe even earlier than that. That I used to write other people's lyrics. I almost wrote DMX's whole album one time, just handwriting what I'm hearing. One time my mom sees these papers, right, and it's got all these DMX lyrics on. Like, what is this? And why is it coming through my house? It's like just like trying to figure out like how is this going on. So like the interest in how music is how hip hop was put together was something I was always very pulled to, even as early back as like my young 90s when I early 90s, whenever I was listening to Tupac and those guys and Biggie and Nas on the East Coast. And yeah, man, just I remember all those little intricate things of how they wrote the music and how it lined up, and so I guess that's kind of like that's kind of I've got a long history of artists that I've listened to and really studied under,
Right. All right. So I think you can see the question there on YouTube on the screen. What is your reason for you making music? Like, why did you transition from just writing down these other lyrics, what you're hearing, to finally, okay, now I'm going to start writing my own stuff?
Man, really, I think I started taking it real serious whenever I felt like I recommitted my life and God kind of changed my heart. I think that I was writing things that sounded generic because they were generic. They're just what everybody else was talking about. And I think that once my life changed and I really wanted to start taking this, maybe not taking the spotlight, but taking the spotlight off of myself to be able to kind of direct it towards the things of God, and also just to direct it toward things that are not so much self-serving, but that are glorifying, that are able to uplift people. So that's the reason that's the reason I wanted to relay my message. I wanted to be able to give my story, is because I feel like we all go through these things, man, and I really want to see people lifted up through my music. I want to see people being able to say it's okay to fight another day, or to I'm gonna keep going through this because I know the other side is sunny days.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the message that I want to give to people. It's never like you're doing terrible, you need to do better. Right. It's more like like we in this together. Like, how can we fix this?
Yeah. So was there a big moment that happened? What was the turning point to go from that, group that you were with to, okay, now I'm recommitting my life, as you said, and now I'm going to start really doing this positive thing? Like, what really happened?
So, me and now my wife, we were dating at the time. We started going to church, together. She kind of drugged me there, if you know what I mean. Like, I wasn't really interested in being in church full time, if you know what I mean. Like, I was just kind of, it was okay, we'd do it every now and then or whatever. But a youth pastor at that church actually invited me and my wife to come hang out with the youth, and so we actually took the opportunity and went a few times and kind of fell in love with hanging out with the kids, and then we actually got invited to go to a youth conference, or a youth camp, and to be counselors, and still very one foot in the streets, one foot in the church. We took the opportunity and went, and that's probably the first time I ever set aside time in my life and to really commit to finding God, and so we studied all week with the kids. We were uplifted. We were around worship more than I had ever been, and it really tugged at my heart. At the end of that week, we're at the last worship service, and it just felt like an overwhelming tug to change the person that I was and how I'd been doing that. And the only way to do that was with God.
Mm-hmm.
And so, after I came home, like I said, man, I really laid down the pen for a while. I really didn't do anything because I was conflicted, like this thing that I love, and I really don't know how to do it any other way than how I've done it for a while. And so, I eventually got to a point where, like, you know, through prayer that I felt like God was telling me, like, yo, I give you this gift for a reason, and you're not using it for that. So, so I picked up the pen. I started writing. The very first song I ever wrote was this song called "Road to Zion," and in that, I don't even know if we can. I'm pretty sure we can't even find that, but it was on the very first project that I ever released as a Christian artist.
Okay.
And it is it's basically like it was my first try at it, and someone say that's one of my like best songs that I ever wrote. So
okay.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just it's crazy that I held out for that long, and then I got the result that God wanted, you know.
Okay.
So I'm you know, that was kind of like the transition of, you know, we're doing this for the world, we're doing this for self, to like we're doing this for God.
What was that
was
first?
like that
I'm sorry. What was that first? That release? Did you release under a different name when you first started writing again? That first song?
Oh no, it was Road to Zion. It was by Billy Jane. It was actually by Crew Love.
Oh, okay. All right.
Crew Love. Because I was part of a group, and so it was me and my homie Victor, who I've got so much game from him over the years, and so many gems. And me and him did so much music together that we actually were like going on like a little church youth tour around here, and like pretty much killing it in the area. For a couple years, man.
Oh, really? And going around rapping and stuff.
Well, yeah, we would write, because he was a phenomenal writer too, and so we would write raps together. We would professionally go, you know, have them recorded, and then we would just show up to your youth revival and smash it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
that is awesome.
we did that for some years, bro, and just like never. I mean, and then, you know, we had a couple of situations happen where we just weren't able to do it at the same time, and so I took off with it, and you know, I found that opportunity, like, yo, we've got this far, we've you know, we've been doing all these things. We were still getting gigs together, and he wasn't able to go with me to some of those just because of life, you know, life things happening. So and so I just took that opportunity to just kind of just keep going, you know, and so. So yeah, man, I've been doing it. I've been doing it for the Lord for like since like 2015, man.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that was the first post on your Instagram account was in 2015, and I think your very first photo was with you. And I assume you're now wife. If she wasn't your wife at the time, she was your wife. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Man.
Nice. So that's how you got it all started in 2015. And then,
yeah, man. And so.
There.
Yeah, so we you know, after I'd really decided to go hard for it, man, it's been, you know, I've had a few people that really just have blessed me and just truly given me their all, and really wanted to see me excel. So so I have like almost an in-house producer. I got a person that I send most of my tracks for to get mixed and mastered overseas, over there from where my homeboy Sora is from.
Yeah, I saw Sora's been in the chat. It's awesome.
Yeah,
he's
all
the one
my
that asked that
people's
question.
in here now, right now.
Yeah.
Oh, he said what? Oh,
he's the one that asked the question.
Here.
What's the reason for making music? So, and then another friend, I'm assuming, BM.
That's B Mill.
Hashtag check your fruit. What's that mean to you?
Okay. Oh wow, no, bro, you set me up. You play volleyball or something like It's so check your fruit is like my merch line that I've been able to do physical copies of everything. So like we have like 4 or 5 different designs of t-shirts, and so they've got I actually have it's wild. Look, so
nice.
You see that?
So
it says, whoever abides in me and I in him, he it is that bears much fruit. And then the back has like the logo on it. It's like a hand holding a fruit. And so it's pretty dope, man. But so that's the kind of the basis around that is like, and I say that in a few of my songs, is like check your fruit to me is more like, you know, how you examine yourself and in the things that you're doing, and just, you know, be honest and why what's the motive behind those things. So
Right.
check your fruit. Always have to. Yeah. What is he saying now?
Yeah, he said so. Everybody buy Billy James's merch. I agree.
Yeah,
everybody buy that.
that's
shirt.
it, man.
Is
Yeah,
that verse?
and so
go ahead.
what'd
Keep
you
going.
go? So I was just gonna say, like, and like the cool thing about it is, man, I've God's kind of worked it out to where I've got my merch line in reverse. If that makes any sense. Like we started.
Oh, losing you a little bit there, Billy.
Can you still hear me?
A little bit.
Can you still hear me?
Oh, now I can. Yeah, now I can hear you. All right,
you
you were
hear
a robot for a little bit. Yeah, you're good. You're back now.
Wow, they tried to abduct me, bro. The robots tried to get me. But what I was saying, yeah. So like, God's kind of worked it out to where I have my merch line in reverse. Like a lot of people do like the online thing for a while and sell like at an online boutique or whatever, where they don't have to actually go physically make it. But I have some connections to where we can kind of do it ourselves. We buy buy t-shirts, you know, in the wholesale price of t-shirts, and they're like great quality, like fantastic quality t-shirts.
No, I love the one you're wearing. It looks good.
Print them ourselves. So we've kind of done it. We only have physical copies now.
Okay. Oh, nice. All right.
So we'll send them to you. If you want one,
right.
We'll send them to you.
Nice. Would you say that verse, that Bible verse is really your kind of theme verse or motivating verse for everything you said? You've mentioned it in a couple of your songs. It's printed on some merch. Is that really like the verse that kind of motivates what you're doing?
Yeah, it is, man. I just think that at some point in time, I think I remember close to like when it was, and but I heard somebody preach on that verse and like really what it means. So it kind of changed my perspective on it. So, you know, check your fruit is like it's more of like me, like a simple reminder. Me just telling my audience, like, you know, examine yourself, see why you're doing that, and you know, examine it up to biblically. You know, see what you're doing and how you're living. Is that the right way? So,
all right.
Yeah.
So in the intro, I said that these latest songs that you've released are really about that, like making sure that you're living the the faith that you're proclaiming, not just acting. Would you say that's fair to say that's what those two newest singles are about?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Facade was great. Love Facade. That's your newest one.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it.
And now let's play the second one.
Okay.
This one is Going Through It. This is from your album that came out in 2020.
Right.
So you want to say a little bit about it really quick, and then we can talk a lot more about it on the other side of the song.
Yeah, man, this song is called Going Through It, like you said, and it's basically just about like knowing that we all dealing with struggles, and especially during the COVID times, and all that. I think that, you know, we were all in a place, you know, and I think there's some trauma with that, and you know that I know that I can't do anything to help you personally, but I know a person that can, and that person is Jesus. So it's it's kind of into the perspective of a husband speaking to a wife, and you know, not getting it right all the time, and knowing that the situations that you've been going through, that, you know, we're gonna get through it.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
man,
well, here is Going Through It from Billy James.
Yeah. I know just how it is, baby. I can tell it by the look in your eyes. You've been going through it, baby. These emotions got you feeling so tired. I think you ready to vent, baby. I can tell it by the look in your eyes. You've been going through it, baby. Yeah, you've been going through it. Yeah, you've been going through it, baby. Yeah, you've been going through it. Yeah, you've been going through it, baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This another masterpiece. No limit love like Master P. Heart on my sleeve, it came naturally. I've been hurt so much that this callus was thickening. You got caught in between. All the damage was mentally, spiritually. I felt the Lord was convicting me. I dropped the ball on the one, or somewhere inside of the five. What if I admit my faults? Can I diminish the pride? I thought about suicide because I felt so dead inside. But I see myself in my son's eyes. It's bigger than me and the time flies. Sin had me paralyzed, but now we both move like Chick-fil-A lines. But now that I know the design, I read in Ephesians 5, husband, just loving your wife, and they will respect you in time. Eye for an eye, we both become blind. Forgiveness is key, this is more than a rhyme. This is more than a rhyme. I know just how it is, baby. I can tell it by the look in your eyes. You've been going through it, baby. These emotions got you feeling so tired. I think you ready to vent, baby. Cause I think you're ready to vent. Cause I know you've been going through the most. I know. Promise that I'll never leave you ghost. No, no. You was on my side when I was broke. No, no. But now we got the riches of the Lord Most High. Now we got the riches.
I know when you talk, I don't listen. You deserving of all my attention. I make it a habit to tell you you matter. You stun me in every direction. You know that your body is banging. You making it happen. Got me wanna slap on that. Nah, I'm just playing you special. You keeping me honest. You put the whole team on your back. It's crazy. I knew that you would. You treat me like real women should. If anybody want a piece of your pot in their mouth, latching on my right hook. Baby, you strong, putting in work. Riding with me till I'm dead in the dirt. Holding it down, you making me proud. I swear that I love you, I never convert.
That's how it is, baby. I can tell it by the look in your eyes. You've been going through it, baby. These emotions got you feeling so tired. I think you ready to vent, baby. I can tell it by the look in your eyes. You've been going through it, baby. Yeah, you've been going through it. Yeah, you've been going through it, baby. Yeah, you've been going through it. Yeah, you've been going through it, baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, Billy. Yeah, love that song. Love the perspective of going through, from the husband to the wife there. That's really great. Would you say that's probably one of your favorite songs on the album?
Oh yeah, man. So, can you hear me good?
I can, yes. Okay,
great. So, yeah, that song's probably my favorite. It just kind of is something that's more digestible for any audience. It's kind of like hooking people into listening to my music. It's like going through it is kind of like one of those that speaks to everybody. So yeah, man, that's one of my favorites for sure.
So that featured someone, right? A lot of the songs on the album feature somebody, but who did that feature?
That's one of my homies. His name is Matt the Jedi. We've actually done other music before together. Matt the Loach. He's from the area. Just another great believer in the faith, and also just a fantastic writer. Me and him are good friends. We've done quite a bit of music together.
Really? Okay, not just that one, but
that's my homie. Yeah. What?
Not just that song, but a lot of other songs.
No, not a lot. We've actually done like 3 or 4 other joints. So.
Okay.
He's actually on another song called The Building that we did back in like February like February 2019.
Okay. All right.
We did one together there, and we've actually done a couple others, but some of them are unreleased.
Oh, okay. Oh, do you think they will be released?
Probably. Possibly.
Okay. Probably.
At some point in time, we'll definitely get to it.
What about the stuff that you were writing with your friend? I forgot your friend's name. Where you were going to the different churches and everything.
Yeah. That's my good buddy Victor Salvat.
Victor, yeah. Have some of those songs made it into the catalog and been released, or is that really just a totally separate thing, and those songs are going to stay where they were?
Yeah, that was like a Christian hip hop mixtape. Like it was, we jumped on Kanye beats. We had like some Alchemist beats, like some underground stuff. And so we really got, and it's funny, but that's kind of the music that you're able to flex on, because like those are like a lot of people have heard those beats before, and so like that part of it, you already know like that's a really tough beat. And so jumping on something like that, you can kind of be creative with your writing and just like change up the song entirely. So we had some Kanye beats, we had some big time producers, like I think we stole like a Drake and Wayne beat, but it was just us crushing it, like just for the Lord, changing the perspective of the song.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you still keep in touch with Victor?
Oh yeah, like we speak, like weekly. Yeah, for sure.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's like my brother in Christ, for real. Like we're able to do life together. Yes, sir.
Okay, nice. The theme of this album. How would you describe the theme of the album that you put out in 2020?
Whenever, like when stained glass was really first coming like onto the scene, they used it more of like to tell the stories to people that can't read or couldn't read at the time. So I just think that there's something about stained glass being like to be able to tell the story, and so like to have those have like stained glass thoughts is like me being like trying to be not the same, like that's kind of like what stained glass did, and the way that it changed, like the way that we reached out to people. And so like it's finding another way to evangelize and finding a different technique, the same message but just a different way of delivering it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it seems to really be resonating with a lot of people.
yeah, for sure, man.
And touching a lot of different lives.
I never wanted it to be preachy, but I did want it to be about Jesus. And so I that's very strategic. How I decided to put it together. Yeah.
That's a hard line to walk, though, to not be preachy but still getting the message out there.
Yeah, I feel like that's, we're called to, be in the world but not of it, right? So I feel like, as believers, a lot of times we get scared off by things, and like we don't walk down that because it looks a little different, but we don't venture down that road because it might not be the conventional one. And so I think we get comfortable doing that. And so me being truthful to myself and my worship, it might look a little different, but it's as authentic as anything you see on TV.
Yeah. Have you had a chance with this music and using this medium to really impact someone's life in a meaningful way and really change their perspective and turn them to God? Are there any examples of that stand out in your mind? Like this is why I make this music. This is
I'm not going to
the result that I
like say names, but there's when you said that, I have a few people that really come to mind. I have a girl that with that mixtape that I was telling you about, with we printed physical copies of that mixtape, and it was called Crosses or Crowns by Crew Love, right? And the very first CD that we ever made, we did like 200 copies, right? Well, a girl that was going into rehab, right? She'd been really bad, messed up on everything you could think of, and she started coming around to this Bible study that we were involved in. She heard about the mixtape. She took the mixtape with her to rehab, right? She said like every day she would play these songs. Like she's like, even after she like knew them by heart and like they were almost played out, the other people around her were like, are you playing that song again? But it's like she just kept playing it over and over and over again, while she was away at rehab. And she like still to this day, man, she has, from time to time, artists are sensitive and they get discouraged, man. So I think that God uses her from time to time, and there's so many others, man. Like this is the first one that I thought of, but God uses her time to time just to reach out to me and say like, yo, just remember, you're the reason, you and Victor, and the music that you do, and it has a purpose, and you're like, you guys are the reason that was able to get through that. And, you know, the message that you were giving me at the time was my, you know, reason I was able to carry on. So that's just one example, bro. But there's so many that, you know, they just tell me, you know, even after thought, like after, you know, some weeks or months go by after they listen to it, and they're still coming back to it and saying, you know, like that speaks to my soul. Like I've got people that are not believers. I got a bunch of friends that are far from God, but they still reach out to me and tell me how much that my music means to them. So yeah, man, I'm so grateful to be in the situation that I am, and to be used as an instrument, bro.
Oh, truth is powerful. Yeah, and then when it's heard by anybody, it's really impactful and meaningful.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There's a few singles that you have that I think are not on that 2020 album. Not just the two that you released. Why did those not make the cut for that album? And what when you're putting the album together, what did you go through to decide what makes it on and what doesn't?
Right. So great question. So the newest things that I've released, they're probably going to be a part of a new project. So I'm just taking a different approach this time. I've done it both ways before, but I've found that like if I put a lot of energy into a single, then typically we can make that buzz a little bit better than we can if we have 10 songs on an album. And so if that's the case, then I like to take. I'm gonna take my time. So I'm gonna do, you know, bang out some singles, and keep going until I'm ready to drop. I'm ready to drop a project. I'm gonna do singles until I've got two. I'll drop like 2 songs in a day or something, and then that's the project. So I'm kind of building that right now. I'm kind of building the new project right now.
Okay, yeah, that's exactly the question that your UK boy asked. He said, "What's coming up next for you?"
Right now, we actually got a few things that I'm working on. Just getting the final mix and master of things, and seeing if that's something that makes the cut. But right now, I've got like quite a few things going into the queue here pretty soon. I got some features with actually the very first person I ever wrote a song with, Chris John. I've got a feature coming with Sora. Can't even really talk to you about that one yet.
Okay, yeah, I think that's probably why Sora asked the question, because he knew that you guys got something coming next.
You know, and if you're on here right now and you like music in general, go follow that dude right down there, Mr. Sora. He's from the UK. He does a little bit of everything. He put out an acoustic version to a song that he did, just showing his flexibility and his versatility. He's that guy for real. And I'm glad to have him on my team.
He is one of his songs is on the playlist as well, and I think I'm playing it tonight in the second hour. I think I have that one queued up. So
that's how you wake up in the morning, every single morning, with that coffee in my cup.
Yeah, and I shared it on Instagram. That's a good song. No, he's great. He's a great writer too. I love his vocals and everything. But I'm going to check out that acoustic version. I didn't know he had that acoustic version.
Oh yeah, it's out. It just came out like 2 days ago, I think.
Okay, nice, good. All right, so let's see. He also he has a request too, which I think is a great time to go into that third song I'm going to play. And Sora requested, let's hear On Faith. Well, that I can do, because you know what? I have On Faith ready to go. So why don't we talk a lot about On Faith right now? And maybe, if something comes up on the other side, we can talk more about it. But what would you tell people about On Faith before we hear it?
So I wrote this. I wrote this song. It was really kind of it was kind of original for me, a different way for me to be able to do a song, because I actually wrote these lyrics by themselves, and I had a little a melody in my head, but I didn't really know how to put it into like a song form. So I really was kind of just sitting on these lyrics, and I got together with this lady named Willette McIntosh, and she's like everything when it comes to this area as far as gospel music and and just in the church scene. She's just a strong woman of faith, and probably one of the most powerful female vocals I've ever heard. So, but she didn't sing it all on this, but she arranged it from instrumentally from the top to the bottom. So, and she's anytime I mention this song, I mention her name. She's a feature for no apparent reason. She didn't have to be. She didn't ask to be. But I was just like, bro, I want your name attached to this song from now until forevermore. And so that's why I put her as the feature on here. But bro, so on Faith, it's kind of like it's pop Billy. It's not the same as the rest of them. So a lot more singing vocals, and a lot, heavy rap still, but a lot more singing type style vocals. I turned into Justin Bieber, and this is what he should be doing with his life. So
awesome. All right. Well, on that, here is On Faith from Billy.
Thank you, bro. Yes, sir.
MC on my mind, it's family in my prayers, stepping out. Stepping out on faith, not worried about tomorrow, 'cause I'm living it for him today, not stressing when I feel sorrow. I'm stepping out on faith, not worried about tomorrow, 'cause I'm living it for him today, not stressing when I feel sorrow. Send me, I'll go. Send me, I'll go. Send me, I'll go. Send me, I'll go. Send me and I'll go. Send me, I'll go. Send me and I'll go. I'm stepping out on this ledge. I hope you didn't catch me. I've been going through some trying times. Go against me. Patience 10, the winner then. But I can't see the finish line. I know exactly which way that I'm headed in. Like I'll be better then. You better check your fruit. Cause weak knees will lead you to false dreams, but confiding in the king really ain't hard as it seems. Just ask Jonah. The prophet ran from his calling, but Yahweh's a way higher. I just wanna be the light, share my hearts with hopes that it might inspire. With hopes that it might inspire. I'm not sure what this chapter will hold, but I willingly submit to a God in control. The door's open and another one closed. I see his plans on to erase my woes, but hold on. Send me, I'll go. 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 Send me, and I'll go. Stepping out on faith, not worried about tomorrow.
Oh, I love it. And you know what else? I love your fans are blowing up the chat. I love it. This is probably the most activity I've had with any artist. They're loving it. I love it too. So one thing that keeps coming up is this is the section. I've seen hashtag this is the section. I think we talked a little bit about that on the IG video, but what does that mean for you? Like, this is the section.
Oh man, these people, when we were in lockdown, bro, we developed such a crazy chemistry with each other. We originally started by going into this room where it was like a music review room called 808 Farm, and we all just kind of met there, but we never really got to talk. And so my brother Sora, he decided to step out on a limb and go create a group. It was called Sora Section. So we just populated that room every single day. We come there. That was homeroom. You know, when we were locked down in the house, there was nothing else to do. We would just come there like in school when you would go to homeroom first thing in the morning to go, you know, get your day started. So that's kind of what we would do. And then we would go attack other rooms together. And by attack, I just mean we would flood it with good music. You know, we would just go in there and play our stuff for people. And you know, we would always come back to home. You know, every day we were coming back to home. So I think that it's just developed, it's grew legs and walked away from us. I think that we just it's an awesome thing. It's so great to see, you know, start something small and then just be able to trust the people in your circle to build to the next level and the next level and the next level. And you know, I'm pretty sure at some point in time we're all going to be making paychecks together. You know, I'm pretty sure at some point in time, you know, we've already started to write music and we've already started, you know, planning things for each other. Ange and B Mill for me, and they're on top of everything, reaching out to folks for me. You know, they're working as like my management team unofficially, and it's just because out of pure love for me and what I've got going and my craft, and they do the same for Sora. And so we all just kind of ride for each other. You know, when he's on stuff, I'm there. I'm in the chat blowing things up, and he's always there doing the same for me. And that's family. You know, this is the section.
Yeah,
yes,
that's
sir.
what Ange said. That this is family. It does, and it really feels like family to you.
It does, man. It does, man. We hold each other accountable. Like I told you, man. Even before we started, you know, these people flew across country just to come see me, you know, perform at a show with it. We had like 300 people at. You know, it wasn't thousands and thousands. It was, you know, just for the small. But you know, I rehearsed and did my thing so much, and you know, they knew what was going on behind the scenes and how much I was putting into the show. So like, you know, they blessed me by coming here and buying merch, and then at the end of the night I had to drive them to their Uber, which was just crazy. Like I had to drive you to your Uber. Yeah, you know, it's like, nah, we're great friends, and I thank God for all those people over there, you know, and I pray for them daily. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So COVID, I mean, it was terrible. It still is terrible for a lot of people. It had a lot of, you know, life-changing negative things to it. I'm sure there were some negative things that happened to you, but also there were some positives that came from it. I mean,
for sure.
Talk about because of COVID and kind of having this lockdown, it almost made you have this really tight-knit community. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah. Would I say what?
Would you say that that's fair? That's a fair statement to...
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Fair for you to say. Yeah, absolutely. I was like, nah, it ain't fair. COVID,
no, COVID it's not fair at all.
It's not fair. You know, it's not fun either. But
would you say that's accurate?
Accurate,
to say that,
absolutely.
That COVID really brought you together, maybe closer.
Absolutely. It would. I think that he used that time to do a lot of things, especially in my life, like a lot of recentering, a lot of starting fresh, a lot of like, even though this is going on, we don't want to like just give into it. You know, we want to find the reason that we're in. You know, not the reason that we're in the situation, but find a reason out of the situation. You know, like with just like for instance with those people with the section like that the way that developed, man, and then also with just my personal, like with my wife and my kids, man, time that we've never had before, you know, that we were able to sit back and kind of learn from each other and grow a little closer and do things that we said we wanted to, but we didn't have the time for, but now all of a sudden the time's in our lap. So I think that there were some great things that came from it. Personally, I think as a people, I think that, you know, it kind of, we have some trauma because of that. And I think we've got a lot of divisiveness now because of that. So it's, you know, it's an important reminder for me to just try to give people grace, man. And you know, and mind your business, you know, that's the biggest thing in this situation. Like, I'm just like, can we just mind our business? Like, can we love each other? Can I be like, hey man, I love you. And I don't care if you got a vaccine or you didn't. Like, just mind your business. You know?
Would you say that's probably the biggest thing that you've learned is just needing to show more love to each other? Or was there something else you really learned from all of this?
Yeah, man. I think that, you know, through all this, I think that we need to find a way to communicate a little bit. We need to get back to communication. I think that we've lost the art of communication somewhere along the way, and it's just being able to speak back and forth, and to hear somebody's heart, and not to just jump to a conclusion and say that you've got it figured out. Really try to dive into why is this person the way they are, instead of just writing them off, and don't be so judgmental to people. Think that we got to find a way to love through it all.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that love is key. That's going to help us through these tough times. And
I received it when I didn't deserve it. You know? So that's why it's important for me to give it to other people. Freely.
Even when they don't deserve it.
Right. Yeah.
Because nobody does. So I think you've talked a lot about your faith, how music kind of represents that. But if you had to summarize it all down, what would you say the role of music is in your life, and writing these songs and everything?
Yeah.
What would you say the importance of it is for you?
Yeah, I would say the importance to that is to be an outlet, but to also be strategic in my message. I think that it's important for me to release this stuff. It's important to me to tell these stories, and to tell this, and to tell this message. So yeah, I think that the biggest what it does for me is it gives me comfort and relief, and to be able to speak freely, and to just to find myself as a creative.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I love it. I love how inspirational you are, and I know you've been a big impact in a lot of people's lives. Probably many of them have not even had the chance to tell you,
right?
But I am sure that God is using your music and your message to make an impact in other people's lives. So
yeah, man.
I appreciate everything you're doing, and I look forward to hearing more. But now we need to talk about the playlist, the theme that you had. Yeah. So man. From the beginning, I just moved all the songs that you had on your playlist over this one. So good. So many good artists and songs out there. You're ready to go with this playlist too. Have you been working on this for a while?
Man, you told me you needed a playlist. I said, let me get on it. And you made it easy for me too, man. It was like, going on Spotify and just saying, all right, I want this one and this one and this one. But to me, it was like, I've got such a catalog up here, bro, that it's just like I know what I wanted to, what kind of pockets I wanted to get into. There's some really heavy, hard, but still inspirational stuff in the beginning. Yep. There's some almost gospel, choir stuff in the middle. And then we finish it with a good mixture. So, I planned it, but I did it quick. I threw them out there, but I did it quick.
Oh, it was so good. I loved it. It also had the new Kanye stuff on there. A couple of songs from him. What do you think about Donda?
Boy, it's something else, man. I think that my first listen to it, I think that I was like, yo, there's some stuff on there that just it had me asking why would you put that on there? Just for instance, they did Pop Smoke had a little portion on there, and basically I know why I feel like I know what he I know why he did that, but because any type of royalties like that is going to go back to his family, and I think that's a way to kind of pay respect. And I understand that portion of it if that's the case. But musically, it didn't make a lot of sense to have that little interlude there. Even the Donda chant was kind of a little weird, but then there was some pockets in there that were kind of why is that here? But bro, the songs that were fully done and they put the budget behind, and there's some stuff on there that's just I don't think I've ever heard anything like that,
Yeah. Long awaited album, man. Everybody was just waiting for that. When's he gonna drop it?
Yeah. And he the rollout was just crazy. So and him doing the live listening parties. I don't think anybody's ever done that before for an album that hasn't come out yet. He did arenas and lived there to finish the album. It's just who can even think of that? Nobody in the world can pull that off but Kanye West.
But Kanye,
and that's kind of what he was flexing on. That I think is yo, watch what I'm gonna do. Watch how I make this album, and you think it's gonna come out and it just doesn't.
Right.
And, yeah.
Watch how he can just
Great
control the whole thing. It was so good. And again, using that influence he has, and now you know, spreading the message to a lot of people that hadn't heard it before.
For sure, bro. For sure.
Any
and that's
other big
another
songs on
thing
there?
about it.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, no, I just think like,
Cut you off.
it's just it's God could use a rock. He can use whatever he wants to relay his message. So I think that Kanye is a genius when it comes to music, but I think God's using him in a mighty way right now.
Absolutely. Any other favorite songs from that? Oh man, you're breaking up again.
Never had God before. And so
the robot abducted you again. You there, Billy? Oh no, we may have lost Billy. Oh, you're in and out. There you are.
What about now?
No, I got you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
You're back. Don't let the robots get you, man. All right. I was just asking really quick, any other favorite songs from that album before we talk about how people can follow you and all that?
Yeah, I love the song Jonah on there.
Okay.
That's my son's name, so immediately it's like, oh my God, there's a song called Jonah. Mm-hmm. And so me and him listened to that together. That's a really good one. It's got Lil Durk on it. Somebody else too, but we don't really even know the features. He didn't list any of them. It's kind of crazy, but Kanye just he just didn't even list his features. He was just like, you can figure it out. This
right,
voice.
Yeah.
Those voices.
He's Kanye and get what he wants.
And I like Jail Part 2
and
with the baby, Carolina Boy.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Man, lots of good stuff. And that playlist, any other favorites from that playlist that you made that you're like, definitely check this out, guys, in the next couple of days?
Yeah, I mean, that Drew Beck's was really good. Obviously, go check out Coffee in My Cup by Sora.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a song on there I think that I put. It's called 10,000 Bars.
Mm-hmm.
That's with me and my homie that I was in Crew Love with. That's Victor Salvat. He's on the first.
Oh, okay.
Big time writer. Yeah, he goes nuts. So yeah, go check that out.
Nice.
And then you can follow me at It's Billy James on Instagram. I'm on YouTube as Billy James. I'm on I think Facebook as It's Billy James also. I've got a website, www. Guess what? It's BillyJames.com.
It's Billy James.
Yep. And I think that's it. Yep.
Are you on Clubhouse too?
Huh?
Are you on Clubhouse too?
Yeah, I'm on Clubhouse. Guess what?
Okay.
It's just Billy James on Clubhouse.
Oh, it's just Billy James. You don't need the its. Yes. Yeah, that's how Ange set us up through Clubhouse. I met her on there.
Yeah.
And she's the one that put me in contact and mentioned having you on. So, yeah. And the hope is to have Sora on in the future too. Sora, I know you're listening out there.
Yeah. He's going to like this.
I'm coming.
Tell you, he's going to be on this one pretty quickly.
That's good. No, he's
in the chat. He's having fun. He's going to be on here pretty quick.
That's going to be a great interview to have him up, hopefully, in the future. So, all right, Billy, we are closing into 7 o'clock. I just want to make sure that I say how thankful I am for having you on the show, first of all. And I'm really thankful that God is using you to spread a message of loving one another, following him, turning to him, and all that positivity that you're bringing, man. Thanks so much for your music and everything you've been doing.
Yeah, I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, you keep doing this for independent artists. We're going to become really good friends, man.
I hope.
This is such a dope thing. This is such a dope outlet that you just get to, because a lot of times they don't get to hear our voice. They get to hear the music sometimes, but they rarely ever get to hear our voice and our stories, man. And that comes to fruition because of people like you, man. So I appreciate what you're doing. Keep doing it, man.
Oh, thanks so much, Billy. And really, I do it for you guys to try and get your music out there, your message and everything out there. So I'm glad to do whatever I can, my small part to help make that happen. So
Yeah.
Billy, I don't know if you're going to listen to the second hour got coming up. Hopefully, some other people who are watching on YouTube will switch over and listen online.
Right.
But I'm gonna go through some of my favorites on the playlist and go through all that. So
let's go, man.
All right, Billy, thank you again so much for coming on the show, and I will I'll keep in touch and definitely keep following you. All right.
It's love, man. I appreciate you, bro.
All right, thanks, guys.